We made it to week 4 of Faith and Deconstruction. I can't believe that we are already halfway through the class. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. This week, we're going to be talking about educating ourselves. Deconstruction is not just about unlearning, it is about learning more, exploring history, theology, psychology, and philosophy to gain a broader understanding of faith and belief systems. Now, if you grew up like me, questions were often discouraged. Asking a question in church was akin to questioning God, which I was told was a sin. Likewise, many religious structures discourage questioning by emphasizing doctrine over independent thought. However, in order to reconstruct an authentic belief system, education is essential. When you step out of whatever religious framework you grew up in or come from, you realize that different traditions, scholars, and perspectives offer valuable insights. Expanding your knowledge allows you to understand the historical and cultural context of your religious upbringings, critically assess religious texts and interpretation with an informed lens, explore alternative spiritualities and philosophies to see what resonates, and recognize the psychological and sociological influences on belief. What should you study? Religious history and theology. Read texts from various faiths, historical critiques, and theological interpretations. Not necessarily because everything you read will always be fact. It's just to broaden your horizons and start working on the muscle of seeing what resonates with you. Read philosophy and ethics to understand how morality is shaped outside of religious doctrines. Growing up Christian, you would think that Christians had the corner on morality. We can look around and see that that is not the case. Study the psychology of belief. Study religious trauma, cognitive biases, and social conditioning. And lastly, read personal narratives or watch books, documentaries, listen to podcasts by others who have deconstructed and can provide validation and new insights. If you have my guide, Beginner's Guide to Deconstructing, you will see in this section that I have given some books to read, some podcasts to listen to, some resources to get you started. It's by no means an exhaustive list, but just to give you an idea. And if you need help on where to start, there you go. Now, how should you approach learning? Not just in deconstruction, in everything. Be open to discomfort. Learning can challenge deeply ingrained beliefs. Again, what's happening in this country right now is an example of why people need to learn how to learn and how to be open to discomfort. Seek credible sources. Not all information is neutral. Most of it, especially these days, is not. Prioritize academic and well-researched perspectives. And if you do not know how to check to see if a source is credible, get help. Ask. Look at the bottom of a website, because you can find anything on the internet to validate something. Just because it's on the internet and somebody wrote it and it sounds like it makes sense doesn't mean it's actually valid. And as you're doing this, take notes on what resonates. If you don't have a journaling practice, start to journal. That might be in a notebook. It might just be every time something comes up, you open your notes app in whatever phone you use and you write it down there. Post-it notes, whatever the case might be, a voice message. Learn to write down what is coming up for you, what you're thinking about it, so that you can help yourself process and integrate the new perspectives and the new information that you're receiving. This week's assignment, if you have not finished your belief map, spend some time doing that, part 1 and part 2. And then I want you to choose 3 books, articles, documentaries, or podcasts. It can be a combination of those 4 things: books, articles, documentaries, or podcasts that are about faith deconstruction, religious trauma, or comparative religion. And I want you to write a reflection on why you chose them and what you hope to learn more. All right, bye.